It's a startling statistic, but the average mortgage broker in Australia writes 2 loans per month and settles less than $8 million per annum. Knowing about credit policy, products and compliance does not help business revenue if lead generation is your weakness. To be a top producer or to simply improve on current results, you need to develop a strategic approach to lead generation. That means developing lead generation goals and implementing specific actions every week, if not every day, in an effort to generate more business. In this Business Growth and Productivity Series episode, we look at the lead generation tactics employed by 3 of Australia's top performing brokerages to get a better understanding of the methods that work and the ones that do not. Meet Ben White and Sam Aliff. Ben and Sam run the Brokerage Astute on Sydney's northern beaches. Both mortgage brokers are often ranked in the Advisor's Elite Business Writers ranking and the top 25 brokerage list. Sam and Ben recently rebranded their brokerage from FYI Group to Astute. Rebranding not only takes time and effort, but can often cost brokers business as clients come to terms with the new branding. However, this was not the case for Sam and Ben. In fact, they have actually seen an uptick in business since the rebrand.
Sam and Ben from Astute run a very successful business. Considering they've just rebranded, the organic growth they're getting through their business at the moment is just first rate. The lead generation tactics they employ and the results they're getting really go to show they've got their finger on the pulse.
These 2 mortgage brokers use a variety of lead generation tactics to create business opportunities, including social networking sites.
Well, at Astute DY, we've got a Facebook page. It's regularly updated with very, very relevant information.
I think the main things that you shouldn't say on Facebook would be negative comments, whether they're negative against a bank, more importantly, or just general negativity. It doesn't fly well coming from a business. If you brainstormed and got 10 subjects that are relevant to our industry and our clients, and you brainstorm those 10 subjects and you just diarise to every 3rd day, you would then post something about the next subject and the next subject. And you put that in your diary. It's quite easy to link to current stories and say, found a great story on the Financial Review. I think this might be of interest to you. Click through for a read.
We've also got email that we distribute through our distribution list, so we email marketing once a month. We also have just normal follow-ups through our database, so we've got a particular staff member that just follows up clients that are in the system. We find that even touching a client with little things like the Reserve Bank announcement yesterday, straight away we get emails back saying, oh look, I need to do a 250 grand increase on something, or thanks for getting in touch with me, do you think I'm still in the right facility? You know, those little alerts means that it comes back, the client's getting touched, and it just means that they know that we're looking after them, we've got their best interest at heart, and that they can ask us the questions, and we'll retain their business, and we'll also get more business from them and their family and friends.
But Sam and Ben don't just use social media to build their brand. The brokerage also engages with the local community in a number of ways.
We also do some local community things, like we sponsor some school events occasionally, like we've got one coming up in a few weeks, which is just to put our brand in front of the local community, because we're a local business and we've born and bred on the northern beaches.
In regards of sporting and community groups, I think it's really important because your name needs to be out there to be seen. We don't expect to get direct loans or properties or whatever out of them, but it's an overall branding that we're trying to achieve.
While social networking and community events help Astute build its brand, the brokers engage with their existing clients and referral partners to generate warm leads.
The most important lead generation piece that you'll have is your own clients that you already have. Your existing database, do it well for them, you'll do it well for their family and friends. I think second to that is you need to look at referral partners that you are comfortable with dealing with, and that may be accountants or builders or solicitors, conveyancers and real estate agents.
I agree wholeheartedly what Sam said about, firstly, your clients are your best referral source. They're a warm reception to another person. When somebody refers you and they have been a client, it's the best recommendation you can get, and it becomes a very warm referral, so the success rate is higher.
So let's recap. Sam and Ben use a wide array of lead generation techniques, including Facebook, client emails, sporting sponsorships, and referral partners. Having this mix of techniques helps the business generate leads on a continual basis. Something My Mortgage Freedom's Chief Executive, Anthony Albakov, understands all too well.
Anthony, the young gun, based down in Melbourne, writing some fantastic volume. He achieves that in two ways. Some of it's organic, word of mouth, repeat customers. Some of it's paid advertising. That goes to show the mixture of the two really stands you in good stead when trying to build your volume.
Anthony launched My Mortgage Freedom in 2011 and immediately tried a new approach to lead generation.
So I went to the local shopping centre in Victoria, Greensborough Shopping Centre, went into the first store. It was a flight centre store, went up to the counters, literally sat down with every flight consultant, and asked them if they had a mortgage. Got to the next store, I think it was a Suzanne's store, got to the third store, got tapped on the shoulder by security and got kicked out of the shopping centre. And so look, I didn't think that, I think I did all right. I got a couple of names and was something to work with. So I went to the next shopping centre. So 4 shopping centres later, at Chadstone Shopping Centre, I got kicked out twice and I thought, look, there might be a better way how to do this.
And uncover better lead generation tactics he has. Today, the Advisor's Young Broker of the Year uses a variety of techniques in his business.
It's extremely important to have a good balance with what you do. Don't get me wrong, it's all about, settling loans and remuneration, but the bigger picture is to ensure that you've still got the business coming in at all times, and also you can grow the business. So you've really got to focus on having a good mix and focusing within a week, having a weekly activity plan that gives you certain things you've got to do within a week to ensure that you're doing the fundamentals. And that's, seeing X amount of clients, speaking to so many referrers, catching up with so many referrers, and doing some extra things that's working on the business. I don't think you can be too one-dimensional with referral partners. A good one for me has been LinkedIn. LinkedIn's really good. You're dealing with professionals. They're on LinkedIn more times than Facebook these days. We spoke about Facebook earlier and we're saying that with Facebook you generally only go on to see what your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend was doing or what your friends did on the weekend. You don't generally go to Facebook to get a mortgage. So LinkedIn is more professional. You're dealing with accountants, financial planners, real estate people in all different industries that have got clients, and they've got clients that pretty much have all got mortgages. Good 80 to 90% of people got mortgages. So there's great opportunities with not only just the traditional accounting, financial planning, real estate companies, pretty much a lot of industries out there that got client bases. That's an opportunity for you.
In addition to his referral relationships, Anthony also spends some money advertising his services.
Done a whole range of things in the past, from local newspaper adverts. We tend to do a bit more banner stuff online opposed to articles and stuff within newspapers, and that's only because our website and our team, we've got a phone-based team and face-to-face team, so people make inquiries online with us, so we've got that focus. So a little bit different, but you can definitely do some good stuff. I mean, you can do ads on LinkedIn these days. Facebook, if you want, hasn't really worked for us. Twitter hasn't worked a lot. But yeah, you really got to try something, and it depends what works. Got to advertise in some capacity.
MyMortgageFreedom.com.au is a one-stop shop for your finance needs.
The Victorian-based broker likes to think outside the square when it comes to lead generation and uses every avenue he can to create leads, which is why he also partners with a lot of local activities and charities.
A lot with charity. Red Kite Charity, they're a fantastic organisation, help disadvantaged children going through cancer. I've done local footy days and stuff like that, which is always good. It's a great day and good to meet some families out there, and you get a couple of deals out of that, and you hope out of that you get a few more referrals out of there. So we have done stuff in the past. It hasn't been hugely successful, but especially when you're dealing with charities, it gives a bit back to people that are disadvantaged.
So let's recap. Anthony uses a mixture of techniques in his business, including paid advertising, community events, referral partners, and touching existing clients. While More Group's Aaron Upcroft does things a little differently. Since 2003, Aaron has run a diversified business model, pairing loans and legal advice.
We've always run a diversified model. We do have some other ancillary services, so we do touch on, via our More Group Alliance, we do touch on things like some tax planning, some superannuation and some financial planning. So we've dabbled in those areas, and at the moment we're still trying to grow those areas, but our core business always has been the loans and legals model, so it's a full legal services business. We specialise in a lot of property work, of course, because it goes hand in hand with the finance, and a full mortgage brokerage.
As a licensed lawyer and mortgage broker, it's a model not many brokers can offer, but it definitely gives Aaron a point of difference, which means his clients seldom leave.
And it is tough sometimes to be running two businesses, but when you're dealing with the client and offering them more than one service and being able to service them well with more than one service, you'll find that the retention of that client is far easier to handle than providing one service for one thing and therefore you're waiting for another transaction until they buy or sell their property, for instance, if you had a straight broking model.
Aaron says, like all businesses, the true worth to a customer comes down to the service he offers.
You need to service your client. It's paramount to everything you do. Your business is based on word of mouth, on referrals, on dealing with other referral partners. You need to be spot on with your service.
So let's recap. Aaron uses his unique business model to offer a full service to new and existing clients. All these brokers use different techniques to build their businesses and generate leads.
What I've learned from these webisodes is there's not one size that fits all for success. The businesses we've heard from today employ different tactics to each other to get phenomenal growth. My hope is that for you watching this webisode today, you take something away from this that you can employ into your business to get that sustained growth.